Welcome, mortals, to the Fantasy Football War Council's podcast. Here are your gods of war, Jonathan Arneson, Mario, and Daniel Gutierrez.
Welcome in, mortals, to another meeting of the Fantasy Football War Council. I'm your god of war, Jonathan, and always joined by gods of war, brothers of mischief, brothers group, Daniel, Mario. No longer well, we're all old past champs. That's what we are. We're just old past champs. Time of win. So hey, what do we? This is an exciting episode. We have a lot of news to get to. We have the quarterback rankings, and we have our wide receiver rankings. Lastly, our running back and our tight end. So if you missed last week, go back and listen. Let's go.
All right, first one. Baker Mayfield has not signed an extension and gives a deadline at the beginning of training camp. After that, he won't do contract talks because he needs to concentrate on football. So he's currently the 16th highest paid QB and is looking for a $14 million raise, which would make him the 11th highest. He says they are not close at all in their figures.
You have a cheap team, and he's not asking for a big, giant pay raise. I think it's very fair. I know, Mario, you agree with this one, but I think it's incredibly fair. But yeah, I love the fact that he's going to just say, hey, you know what? We've got this deadline. I'm going to play because I need to play. And he puts his mind on playing instead, and we'll circle back, We'll circle back the wagons to get back to thinking about it.
Yeah, and then I'll let his agent take care of it.
Yeah. Very professional. And speaking of...
I mean, it works for both, because if he happens to have an epic year and go through and win a Super Bowl or MVP or something like that, that's going to be a massive discount to sign him now rather than in the future. Because that's going to be $20 million more a year rather than $14 million a year if that ends up happening. So
absolutely, yeah. Let's see that happen. Yeah, right here in Los Angeles. Let's see it.
And then speaking of someone who had a big discount. That discount is over with Patrick Mahomes. He had a very long team-friendly deal before, and they just reworked his contract to add 2 years to it, and $250 million on top of that, bringing his overall per-year total to about $64 million per year, making him the highest-paid American football player in history. And yeah, I don't think anyone's batting an eye at this.
I mean, it's good for him. Getting his
money.
Yeah. I hope it doesn't hurt the rest of the team. That's what I'm thinking. I'm starting to think hey, that money could have been a player or two. But,
Typically, these contracts do balloon out at the end, so they're expecting the salary caps to be going up and stuff like that. I think I see a regression in how much the quarterbacks are going to be making per capita because teams aren't just going to be willing to pay them $50-60 million a year anymore because of the fact that look at how many quarterbacks have been successful after getting those large contracts. There aren't many of them, especially because the teams, they can't put the money elsewhere. So, beforehand, a year or two ago, be like, this is going to be, the quarterback's going to be like $80 million a year by then. But I think that teams are seeing that it's not actually paying off. So I will be a coin flip on seeing if it's going to be a deal for Kansas City or if he's going to be, making far more than everybody else by that time.
Yeah, and I think that Mahomes setting the market here at 64, which is only $4 million more than Dak Prescott, is actually a good cap on that market, because before it was a team-friendly deal, so the agents. Well, I think so.
Let's
Because
see.
I think that
Let's-
the agents were like, it's a team friendly deal, and we know it's a team friendly deal. So we're going to fight for our guy to get more than that because we're going to get paid what we're going to get paid.
I would like to see it be the cap because I think things have been very inflated. A lot of contracts have been super inflated, and like certain positions aren't, and
Yeah.
the money should be spread around more, right?
Yeah,
like,
I think
but,
teams can look at this and say, are you worth more than Patrick Mahomes? We don't think so. Because this is what Mahomes thought he was worth.
yeah.
Yep, I can see that angle.
Speaking of the pie chart of your money, Jared Verse has a huge week. Good for him. After receiving news that he has been packing his things to move to Cleveland, he ends up welcoming a daughter into the world. What a huge and emotional time for him. Congratulations,
Man,
Jared Verse. And showing up to camp and wearing number 8,
stealing Gabriel's number.
stealing Gabriel, just straight stealing Gabriel.
Yeah.
Not even like, hey, I'm going to wear this number, and then
Yeah.
we're going to talk about it. You know?
No,
That was so cool.
I think I think Ian Nacho on like ESPN was like, bro, he didn't think about you. You're a third string quarterback. You're lucky if you're even on the team when the year starts. No, he doesn't owe you a cent. He's the franchise.
the
Like,
team should have
I
said
think
something, though.
you're. He's
Yeah.
like, I think you have a self-inflated portion of worth there, buddy. I was
He
like,
did do
dang.
solid by giving you something. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Alvin Kamara was traded to the Packers for a 2027 third round and a conditional 2028 fifth round pick. Guess this also fits under Josh Jacob news. Yep. They're hedging their bets.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
Worth it for a
that's
third.
smart of them.
For a third, if you get Kamara and he runs like Kamara of old, sure, yeah, absolutely. If he doesn't, I mean, it's only a third, so.
Okay. And then out of Browns camp, we've got some news of the who's the QB1. Shadur Sanders looks like he's overtaking that role. Not on paper. Watson's still listed as the QB1, but from camp, they're saying that Shadur's much more consistent, and Deshaun Watson has better highlights, much better boom or bust plays. They're like, when he busts, you're just like, what are you doing? Have you ever played quarterback before? And then the other throws are like, wow, this is the guy. And Shadur is just consistently dinking through the field, diagnosing the defense, and doing what you would expect a decent quarterback, a starter to do. And with Deshaun
I saw
Watson,
the highlights. I will point out the really nice one-arm throw down, or the one-arm catch down to Bond, Isaiah Bond, was really nice. And
Yeah.
then I would like to point out the immediate grab by you was even nicer. Solid. Just very nice. Because I was like, hey, I bet nobody has Bond. I should look at that. And then there was a notification. I'm like, well, I don't need to look at it. Oh, well. Someone else is already on it.
Dude, I traded Mario Bonds because I was like, I still think he's got
Yeah.
something in the tank. And
He's talented.
he dropped him, and I almost immediately picked him up when he dropped him.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude,
Just because of the trade, you should have.
I was so close. And then I was like, yeah, we'll see how that goes, I guess. But yeah, I was so close. And then I heard some news this morning, and I got caught up at work, and then all of a sudden I saw him go, and I was like, yeah, that was a good job picking him back up, because I almost said, okay, fine, took him right back.
Yeah. No, I was swiping and I saw a video, and I'm like, oh, that's a really nice video. And I kind of went out of the app. I moved over, and you're doing the whole scroll to be like, who should I drop? And that's when the notification came through, and I'm like, that's been the third player in the last week that I've lost because I'm in the ad drop phase, and it happens then, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not quick enough in the ad drop phase.
Yeah.
I don't have that, I don't have a name. But that's a good thing not to have I don't have a name ready because I like a lot of my players. So
and we have
That's
so
63
hard.
roster spots, and yet we still have not enough for the players.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. All
I
right.
like 3 or 4 kickers. I still don't have. I was not, I was like, nah, guys, you're too worthy.
It's so funny. For sure. I've got like 18 running backs on my team. So
Yes, I know. Yeah, if you're the back, we all need to come to you and battle. And be like,
I mean,
"Please,
this is a dynasty strategy. Yes.
feed us, please. We need them. We need them.
They just keep on being there when I'm ready to
There
draft.
are
And
none.
I'm like, all
Yeah,
right.
there are none. We literally need one. Please give us some.
That's right. You know, they're trade
Yes.
capital. You know,
Yeah.
I get 6 of those 18 that hit.
One of
I
them's gonna
mean,
hit. Yeah, someone's gonna hit out of that stack you
That-
took.
that's right.
Last year it was way worse.
yeah, I only drafted 3 this year. Oh, I've got 19. I wasn't considering Heidenreich because he's on my taxi.
No.
I've got 19. But, all right.
Kyle Lemon is resting a sore hamstring and is missing out on reps. Yeah, he is. This is the time. You need to bond. You need to make friendships. You need to like learn to catch with your guy. You know, I mean, this is where you connect with somebody and make those connections and make the last. Right? I mean, come on. This is fucking.
It's
This is where you become really best friends for a very long time, because if you do, you get contracts and you stay on the same team and win. So,
Yeah.
it's typical rookie growing pains, though, right? How many times you hear a rookie receiver having a pulled hamstring or growing in the year or training camp coming out? Better for him to get it now and get conditioned in, and then be able to go through training camp when the pads are on and stuff. So hopefully he's good by then and it doesn't linger, because that would be bad.
hamstrings linger.
Mhm.
So, it's a good sign
All
for
right.
Stowers, though. He's getting the chemistry instead. That's a lot of strong pass catchers there to compete with. But I think
Yeah.
Lemon's pedigree already has him where he can rest up and make sure he's fully healthy for the season, though.
I like what Philadelphia's offense is going to look like sans A.J. Brown. I think that was such a good move on their behalf. But
Me too.
Smart.
We'll we'll go back to hamstrings here. Christian Watson got paid like a new wide receiver 1 in Green Bay with a team-friendly 4-year, $110 million, $31 million guaranteed contract. Good for you. I think he's got.
He just got paid. Good for him.
I mean, he was their most efficient receiver when he's actually on the field. So hopefully he's.
When he's on
Healthy.
the field. Yeah, that was a really good way to put that. I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Be interesting to
And
see where we have them in the rankings. Yeah.
Yep. And in other news, out in the barren deserts of Arizona, Jacoby Brissett is doing a hold in. He's shown up to camp. He's doing his work on the plays, but he is not taking to the field. And that's embarrassing. And then he's got a little more ammunition after Myles Garrett went to the LA Rams, and he's just like, no. When I said I wanted more money, you gonna protect me from that? No. Give me more.
I don't think he has any ammunition, honestly. I think they're going to be a top 3 pick for next year's draft, grabbing a quarterback. They're going to replace him. There's no need to throw, I will say the bank, but there's not even a need to throw the grocery bag at this motherfucker because he ain't worth it. And honestly, I'd rather see what Carson Beck does for the year and take us to that number 1 pick
Yep.
and get us somebody better and say, hey, you know what? We at least tried and see what our rookie did. Then pay you a bunch of money just to get to that spot anyway.
Yep.
So
Jacoby Brissett's got zero leverage, which is why they're
No,
like,
yeah.
all right, that's cool. We're just gonna
Exactly.
make sure we have the number 1 overall pick next year, anyways. And you know what? We'll put him out there, and if he does good, maybe we'll get Jeremiah Smith with that number 1 overall pick instead. You know, and so.
absolutely. And Smith next to Harrison, my goodness. Like,
Mhm.
I mean,
And McBride and
and-
Love.
and McBride. Oh my good, man. That offense is like primed for a good quarterback just to step right into it. And be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
hi, I'm a rookie. This is now the best situation a rookie has ever been into.
Yeah.
Goodbye, readers. You know,
Or
like,
I mean, if Carson Beck, like, he fell off last year after he had like a shoulders or elbow surgery. So like, what if a year after he's recovered from that, he's the player he was the year before, which he was the talk of being the number 1
He
overall
was
pick at that
very
point in
good.
time,
and he
like-
decided to stay an extra year in college at that point. Yeah.
and he had to have surgery, which took power away last year, so it made him look bad. But I mean, a year after that, what if he's able to get stronger throughout this year and he really actually shows out? So they're like, well, we got our franchise guy in the second round. We got Jillian Love with our other pick. And then we've got, maybe it's not first overall next year, but then they can use it on a massive skill position at that point, or double down at quarterback and see what they've got in both those guys, and will, heighten your likelihood of actually hitting. But
No, absolutely. I mean, yeah, 100%. Okay. Let's see.
9.
Keyshawn out. Yeah, Keyshawn Boutte has asked to be traded from the Patriots to a less crowded wide receiver room because, you're not going to get used at this point with the addition of A.J. Brown coming to town. So, time to find a new home. Yeah. Then the Boutte somewhere else.
Yep.
That's
I
right.
mean, that's a good move for him, especially since you don't want to be in the same room as this guy.
No.
A.J. Brown is just yapping all over town, spreading as much gossip about the locker room and different players and the front office and trolling Philly fans, and they're getting pissed at him, and it's just a nasty situation. I think he feels like he's like vindicating himself by saying all of this stuff, but it's just proving how bad he was in that situation. It's doing the exact opposite than what he's thinking about. So
He was
it's just an embarrassment,
man.
man.
The other day, and I was reading it, and like as I'm reading this, I'm getting like it's not A-B, it's B-A. I'm seeing our problem receiver that ran off the field while he played Arizona, taking off his clothes and running away. It's Antonio Brown, right? It's
Yeah.
fucking AB. It's because he's beyond his social. I see it like the shit that he spews. It's what AB was doing on his socials the other day, and you're just like, God, this guy, you're a plague to a locker room. Why would someone want to play you? Shut your mouth and just play, right? Go out there and do your job,
Yeah.
and then when you've proven everyone wrong, talk at that point. But you have no leverage to talk right now. All these people,
hmm
I don't see it.
Yeah. And then
Not high on A.J. Brown.
Not at all. Not at all.
We'll see later.
Yeah, we'll see later. Speaking of someone who's no longer in the NFL, we've got Broncos former first-round pick QB Paxton Lynch. He becomes the first and only quarterback to ever be benched in the NFL, CFL, XFL, and UFL. That's beyond trifecta. He's going for the quads there. So that's
Quite an accomplishment.
You would think
Yeah.
the first player to He benched from all of those. Yeah, XFL wasn't around when Johnny Manziel was here, so that's why. That's a record for someone to fill.
Yeah,
So,
well,
yeah, okay. That makes sense.
he went to the UFC, so he's only one letter off.
Very nice. Very nice. I like that. Yeah. Oh man, that was a bad fight. Speaking of God.
Oh, that was awful. Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with our QB rankings. Take us away.
Consensus industry number 1, Josh Allen.
I mean, it's pretty fitting.
It's a given, right? Like everybody.
Not much to say here.
Dynasty redraft, not much to say.
No. Yeah,
All right.
like you said before, he did it last year. They didn't change anything. He's going to do it again.
Yeah.
It's a good way of putting it. I like what you did earlier. So.
That's right. Number 2, John and I have the same player, and Mario's got a surprise. So go ahead, John. Who we got at number 2?
Lamar Jackson. And as we were saying before we cut out, the running ability is there. The throwing ability, less and less so. And his receiver's ability, less and less so. And Daniel, you were saying the coaching change. Offensive coordinator. Mario, you said they're getting a defensive-minded coach instead now. So these things matter. And I don't know. I think you got to move him down. I don't think he sent it to. Running ability and throwing ability is what puts him here at 2.
Yeah.
But if throwing ability's capped a little and his wide receivers are going to struggle, and it's just him running the ball with Derrick Henry, yeah, they could do it, and they're going to do well. But is it number 2 levels? Maybe like 4 or 5?
I think I've seen the metrics on Lamar, and Lamar actually is one of the better passers in the NFL. But his receivers are not reliable, and so we have to see what the new rookies do. But they're rookies, and if Flowers has growth, that's great. But having a defensive-minded head coach, he's not going to want him airing it out. So, I mean, just you put everything together, and I actually dropped him down to number 7. And that's not a knock on Lamar Jackson. I just think last year, overall, quarterbacks had a lower fantasy rating. And
hold on, I'm going to say, look at who I've got at number 7.
Yeah.
Number 2. That's a really good change and swap of what you got. And I see what you did there.
Yeah.
And
Who you got at number 2, Mario?
Justin Herbert. He's got Mike McDaniels now. They've only added to his passing. QJ learned how to catch last year. You just have when you look at the physical traits of Josh Allen and why he's number 1 perennially, and you look at Justin Herbert, and now you've got a play caller that can kind of help him grow that way, plus what they've done with the offensive line and the offensive line being healthy. I just go, okay, well, ceiling call. I put him next, and that's kind of where we're at with that.
Yeah, I feel better about that ceiling call than I do about Lamar Jackson. My goodness. Oh, my.
Yeah.
My.
So,
I think I have to switch that. I got to go to the Mario side on this one.
All right, so I happen to like Mario's number 3, but I'm going to go with the one that John and I both ranked 3, which is Jaden Daniels. Bounce back year, new offensive coordinator, some more tools in that offense. Should be a good year for him.
You know, and this is what I don't feel strong about putting him here. It was a dirty pick for me, but it's more the fact of he has the running ability, and when he comes back, he runs. He's the dual threat guy. And if he's healthy, he's gonna be here. But again, it's the running ability, like we talked with Lamar.
Yeah, you can't knock that. He's
got passers. I mean, Scary Terry goes through his years. He's got a good year, and then he's got the scary year. That's why they call him Scary Terry, right?
Yep.
I don't know. I think he kind of played okay last year, and I think he's in a scary year. That's what's kind of scary. I'm a little.
Well, I mean, quite possibly, but
When it came to my rankings, I almost dropped him off the top 25 list completely.
wow.
I contemplated it. He's on the list, but I contemplated just.
He's here for his ceiling.
I've got a name. Yeah, I've got a name there that should be there, I believe. And I'm
Yeah.
like, who do I take off? And every time I scour that list, he's the name that I come across, and I go, that'd be the name I remove. You
Move
know?
from the list completely.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, I
Well,
don't know.
Yeah.
It's a dirty pick to me, Jane Daniels at 3. I put it there because of his dual threat ability and what he can do,
Correct.
and his ceiling ability. But honestly, like,
He
he's
did it
gotta
as
hit
a rookie
his
with
ceiling.
less, is the way
He's-
I thought.
yeah, he's
He did it
he's
as a rookie with
undisputedly
less, and then he got hurt last
second
week.
or third best on legs.
He was fantastic
though.
until he
Yeah.
got hurt last year. I like
got hurt.
Mario's number 3 though. A little high for my blood, but I love it.
See, it's a little high, but if I were to drop Daniels down,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I could see Caleb Williams being put into the 3 or 4 slot. So it's not a far off. Yeah, it's not far off. So.
Yeah, for me, I just look at all the tools, a second year of Ben Johnson, all those things coming together, and it almost makes me not want to draft a single bear on offense because Caleb's going to be able to, and we know he can process putting it everywhere on that field and
Just
getting
spread it
through.
around.
And so I'm like, with all that, it's really hard. It was really hard for me to knock him down, and he just kept coming up on my thing because I actually went down a projection calculator that I made to figure it out, and he's up there in the mix with these next 4, where any one of them could make it right here in this range of within a couple points for the year, and Caleb just came out on top. So his legs and his ability there, he's my 3rd guy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The next 4.
He's easily here if he puts his completion percentage up to 64, 65% range, even 63% range. His completion percentage last year was like a low
Good for it,
59.
Yeah.
It was one of the worst in the league.
Yeah.
And so another year in that offense with Ben Johnson, it's an achievable thing. And so if he's able to do that,
Yeah.
this is definitely feasible because he also is sneakily a dual threat quarterback. Like, he does run a decent amount. You're not talking like,
Yes.
60, 80, 100 yards like some of these other guys, but he'll do 30 to
Enough
40
that
yards a
you gotta
game
put a
and
spy
a
on him
touchdown.
that takes away somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah. He could get a sneaky 400 yards. Little first down here, little first down there. Like a little Mahomes
just
plus when it
detrimental.
comes to those little rushing.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be running the field. He's just enough to be detrimental that you have to put somebody on him.
Yeah, and I think that his chemistry with his pass catchers is why I bumped him up, because he's very prone to not have interceptions, so he throws away. Hi, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, one sec. But now with 1 year more with them, I think he's going to try pushing those windows a little tighter, which could really, really launch his numbers.
Yeah. It could be his coming out party this year. He's gonna, so that's how I feel about that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I actually have Herbert here at number 4. I'm second highest on Herbert for all of those same things that Mario was talking about. Mario has another one that I'm really happy to see this high. This is Trevor Lawrence.
That's too rich for my blood. No way.
Yeah, I know. I had a hard time with him here, but my numbers kept coming up, putting him up high.
QB2 the last 3 weeks of the season. Last 4 weeks of the season. QB number 2. Once that
Yeah.
offense started clicking. So, you have a fluctuations
small-
of the season.
Too small of a sample size for me to want to trust it all year long.
Well, I mean, it gives you that momentum into this year with having that new head coach, second year in the system, players getting more used to it. In that situation, it's like good things, not a regression as much as what
No,
you
it's
think.
not.
So,
I
yeah.
agree, but I mean, with changes of coach and things like that, it's. I don't know. I didn't. I didn't see that much of an
Hey,
increase.
I don't have him at 4 either. Mario's
No,
good at 4.
you're higher than me, though. So
I am higher than you.
No.
Yeah.
So
I'm
there's-
the lowest for Lawrence for sure.
Yeah.
So there's one more point to why I bumped him up, and that's because the BTJ has shown up to OTAs and started developing chemistry with Trevor Lawrence. And whereas if I don't think a quarterback can sustain on some of the shorter dink plays and choppings that built the Jaguars last year, but having that deep threat, and if he gets those long air balls that give us a lot of fantasy points, that mixed with him using his legs more last year, all of those numbers that started coming together with the possibility of BTJ just being a little more in the mix, and what it looked like when Travis Hunter was in the mix for those 2 games where he shined, that slight expansion into the offense would infuse a lot of points in Trevor Lawrence. And so I just took half of what that could be, added it to Trevor Lawrence, and it gave him kind of this projection here.
Okay, all right.
And John, what you got?
For my number 4, I put Caleb Williams. I really,
You were convinced.
I was convinced. Well, I'm high on him already, and I
Yeah.
wanted to put him higher, but I just,
Yeah.
again, these 2 names that sit at 2 and 3 are strong names because of what the dual threat ability they bring, regardless of the rest of the team around them. And they have the ability to carry it, and that's what amazing players like that do. And if you can put those players around them that make them better, boy, does that elevate the playing field of everybody around, right? So, no, I think that's why Caleb goes up, is because he's got the dual threat ability. He's not as fast or as quick as Lamar or Jaden. But he can do it. He can run, and he's got, I think, a better team around him than the others do. So,
Yeah.
I think that his ceiling is what Mahomes was supposed to be throughout his career.
yes.
That's his
Yeah.
ceiling, because that's his style of play.
They couldn't put those better players around Mahomes because they paid him too fucking much money. That's the problem. So, yeah.
And we have a consensus number 5.
Yeah.
It's kind of enough said one, though, too, right? Joe Burrow, number 5, healthy. Enough said.
Healthy.
That's-
Healthy. He sits here. He's got, boy, 2 of the best. I mean, honestly, like, Jamar's a top 5, and with T. Higgins, if he's healthy, again, another healthy guy, he can stay healthy. That guy has the ability to be in the top 10. Ability to be in the top 10.
Yeah,
But health is
Yeah.
the big issue.
a healthy Joe Burrow is a top 5 quarterback, just flat out.
Yep. And they've always drafted for upside, and it looks like with all the pieces that they've added to that offensive line, it looks like they're finally got enough knowledge under their belt and everything to where it's a decent offensive line too. So it should keep him healthier.
Interesting. Well, that's a good consensus, I think. Number 6. This is interesting. It's 3 straight different names across the board. I like it.
Yeah.
Drake May for myself. Drake May. doing Drake May things. And I think, I do not like AJ Brown, but the addition of a new receiver does kind of help a quarterback out. So I think I'm going to put his numbers up a little more because of it.
Yeah,
Jump on my board.
stylistically they fit really well together too.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, they should do really well, I think. But God, he's a plague. Brown's a plague. I hope he doesn't hurt Drake May. Yeah, don't hurt Drake May. I like Drake May.
You're the highest on Drake May.
Yes.
This other one, this line are all players that we are the highest in. Mine is Matthew Stafford at 6. He was QB 2 overall last year.
Yeah.
Nothing's really changed. Why is he falling so far? I mean, we already dropped him pretty far from 2 to 6.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's always doubted, but dude just puts up points, So
Doubted. The dude's got a cannon, and I don't think it's doubt. I think it's more age, and age of some of the players around him. His number 2 receiver is getting old as well. Puka, I like Puka, but
Yeah. He needs to mature though.
Stafford's like that
does
sleeper,
need to mature a little.
sleeper
Yeah.
build of a car, right? He's like a Prius with a V8 in there. Like you look at him and you don't think of it as anything, and all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, what was that? So he's not enticing with the way that he plays, but he just pulls up numbers and makes some crazy throws, and he's not going to run. But like I said, he didn't have any legs last year. He finished QB2.
So I dropped him a little lower for a completely different reason. In the offseason, the Rams fixed all their problems on defense. So now their DB room and their line are stronger, and their defense can hold the games better. So I don't think he's going to need to have it as aggressive as an offense. I don't knock Stafford at all. I think. What's that?
Yeah, you mean last week they fixed all their problems when they brought Miles Garrett. I think you got that mixed up. I'm sorry.
Because they got 2 new cornerbacks.
No, I know. I'm joking.
Yeah. I think moving from Jared Verse to Myles Garrett is a bump, and then if they have the Aaron Donald signing, that will be exponential on top of that. And so I think they're going to be able to win with defense, and so why risk the ball, And so I think Matthew Stafford's going to be his efficiency numbers will be even better than last year, but I don't think the yardage will be there as much because they won't have to. And that's why I knocked him down.
Touchdown dependent and handoffs to it'll be low numbers, right? It'll be like Tom Brady numbers. It'll be like number 18. It won't be a high quarterback. I can see that.
Yeah.
I put him low. I'm with you. I had him low on my list. So,
Mario, who are you the highest out of all of us on?
Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts has always done really well. And he doesn't have all the tools that Stafford has, but now he has all these weapons. And I think with the tush push still being viable and all these other things, I think it only adds to his abilities. And he's always been a top 5 before, and here I have him at 6, knowing that his overall offense is going to improve. So, yeah.
Nice. All right. We've got our number 7s. Go ahead and just lead into your number 7, Mario.
Okay. My number 7 here is Lamar Jackson because I could not drop him any lower than this. I have everyone scoring more than they did last year, and I have Lamar Jackson also scoring more than he did last year. But he's last year was kind of a fluke of him not doing so well. Anyone who had Lamar Jackson was very frustrated last year with him. I see him going back towards typical top 5 scoring, which actually puts him at number 7 for next year for what I see offenses and defenses doing.
Oh, nice. This is where I have Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to have a big year, but I also hedged my bets a little bit and dropped him down. And then John, who you got at number 7?
Justin Herbert. I wanted to put him a little higher, honestly, but this is where I have him slided in. Yeah, this is where I talked. Like, I'd move him to 2. I think I'd move Lamar Jackson down to 7. I think that's a nice fit, like what Mario did there.
Yeah,
Like
that's
Mario
right.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now, 8, we've got consensus Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
just-
I mean, behind that offensive line, any of us could throw that ball like that, honestly.
He's consistently underrated, but puts up tight end 1 numbers. I mean, number 8's a great player for that one. All right, number
QB1,
9.
yes.
That's QB1 numbers. My bad. Go ahead, Mario. Who's your number 9?
Okay, number 9, I have Drake May. I see him having a little bit of regression this year because of the schedule, but I still have him being a super high performer.
Ooh, I am way low on Drake May in comparison to the two of you guys. We'll get down there. How low can he go?
How low will he drop?
That's
man?
right. I have Caleb Williams here. I think that I want him higher on my list, but I have so many more justifications for those other guys to be ahead of him, which is why he ended up being down here. But this is the one for me that feels dirty, John. Having Caleb Williams that low feels dirty. I just don't know where he would go up that list.
Yeah, above Dak Prescott would be my opinion. But that's just, above Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, above Matthew Stafford. And
I know
think-
he's above it on yours. I can't do it on mine. There's so many other positive things with these other guys. I felt dirty, but I'm gonna keep it.
Daniel has a lot invested in him for Dynasty, so he's hedging his emotional bets there.
I am.
Yeah, you're thinking with your heart and with what you want. Yeah,
I am. I'm being
this is
conservative.
where you fail. Yes, you can't do that. You can't do that. People do pick with your brain.
I am, and my brain says be conservative to be nice to my heart.
Yes.
All right.
Understood.
John, who you got at number 9?
Number 9, Jared Goff. I mean, I think he's going to do better this year. I think they're going to start to turn things around. He needs to step up a little more. Jameson Williams is back. Jameson Williams is doing better now. Jameson Williams is going to be a top receiver in my rankings.
Same here,
Number
yep.
13. I have him kind of high. I'm not as high as you, but I have him. When I saw your rankings, I was like,
Yeah, I
I
kind
put him
of.
that high. I could swap him with number 11 on my list, maybe number 10, but that's about it.
Yeah, we'll
and
get
Goff
into the
quietly
receiver
got
ones.
over his dome narrative last year, so I don't hate on this.
No,
right.
I think it's actually a good one.
Okay.
All right, John, go and your number 10 player.
Number 10, Baker Mayfield. I mean, I love this guy. I mean, come on, we all love this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put him higher, but I think there is a slight regression. I think the loss of Mike Evans is going to hurt him a little bit. Yes, we have Amika. Yes, we've got some really good players surrounding with. I like Scotty Miller there, and I really like
Jalen McMillan,
McMillan. Oh,
Des
McMillan.
Johnson.
And he got hurt. Yeah, I really want to see him come back and do a little better.
And Godwin
this
back.
season.
Godwin back.
Godwin
He's looking like
is
he's...
looking aged though, and I don't know how much he has left in the tank. I'd rather have liked to see us keep Evans than Godwin, in my opinion, because I don't think Godwin has as much left as Evans.
I agree.
So
I agree.
yeah.
I agree with that assessment also. Mario, I was really surprised that we were consensus on this one.
Hey,
I thought I was.
Before you start, we all three had Tyler Shook here. I moved him.
Really?
Yes, we all had. He was Tyler right here at number 10, and I just, I, it's not based off of him. It's based off of who he has, and that's really what it comes down to. It's not like take away the quarterback. Any quarterback in that team situation is going to be very good because you got Olave and the other rookie on the other side. I think they're just going to play off of each other and play really well. It opens up the field. Your quarterback has left and right to throw to, and it's hard to stop, right? So when you got
they
Twin
added
Towers,
3 rookie pass catchers, 1 tight
big
end,
time.
and two big
Yeah, the
body
tight end.
threats.
And Kellen Moore, as a head coach, I think does a lot here. And you know what? He was when Tyler Shook took over starting on that team. I think he was like QB8 last year. So you figure, all right, if he has a little bit of regression and has the whole season, and some of these other guys are going to be improving too, that might be dropping him down the list, which is why I figured 10 for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
All right.
same. I think with everything around him and more time with the team, and not only that, I love what they did with their draft in New Orleans, and so I think all those things only helped him.
It's a good spot.
Agree.
I had Baker at 12. I swapped him and Baker. I don't know.
Had to.
I had to. Yeah, it's a one. There was my heart pick, Daniel.
Yeah.
There's my fucking heart pick right there.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
I
tell
had
us.
Tyler Shaver, so.
Tell us about your number 11 player.
This one's dirty to me. It's Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I like what some of the offense was done. Yes, the departure of Brown will help things, I think, but I also don't see it as a high passing offense. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yep. I mean, I have got
It's a
Hurts
run
at 12. I am
offense. Yeah,
I
it's a
am
run
the
for-
lowest on him at 12. So,
I actually, if Brock Purdy were in charge of this Eagles offense, I think he'd be number 2 right behind Josh Allen. I think this is such an easy button offense. It's going to be a lot through the air and punishing through the ground. I think this is about the easiest offense any QB could be in. That's why I had him up where he is.
Yeah, personally
I couldn't let him
see the
slide.
Eagles going away from Jalen Hurts in the next season or two.
Yeah.
They drafted a quarterback this year. I see them starting to groom the next quarterback to come in. I don't see them doing a long-term contract and keeping Hurts anymore. So he'll finish out this contract. I don't see him staying any longer, in my opinion.
we'll
But that's
see.
just
But
me.
that,
I
That's
mean,
just me.
he's also had a cancer in the locker room for the last 3 years. So
I-
there's a lot of things that go along
Very
with
true.
that too.
yeah.
If he
You know,
turns
holding,
around this year
not
and is
trusting your receiver.
QB3, then I'm foot in my mouth right now. Yeah, absolutely. But at this point, like, I see them straying away from him after this. If things continue along the lines that they have been,
Yeah.
and what I expect,
Yeah.
where I have him at 11, but I had him penciled in at 15. So
Hey, I got him at 12.
totally-
so I'm
I
not.
totally agree with everything you said, but that doesn't mean his fantasy production will be low. If the team moves away from him, it's just because they want to save money. And what he produces, a lot of other QBs in the NFL could do. But I think with all the easy buttons he has, there's no reason for him not to produce in fantasy.
I think certain schemes, like the Sean McVay scheme, you know what I mean? We talk about a lot. You can replace a quarterback in that scheme, and it's a go-to in that. And then in the Eagles, I think that's the scheme where you can replace that quarterback, and anybody would do fine there. I don't think Jalen Hurts is anything special in my personal opinion, but that's just me.
Yep.
And I consider myself a little quarterback guru, so
Yeah.
I don't think anything special of him. And yeah,
All right, and 11, I've got Brock Purdy. I am the highest on Brock Purdy. I think
That's not bad.
when he's healthy, he's a top 10 quarterback. So
And
let's
the
give it to him.
addition
So,
of Mike Evans is pretty
And he's
damn
got
solid.
Mike freaking Evans. I wanted to keep putting him higher, but I just
The only thing that doesn't
yeah.
The only thing that stopped me from putting Brock Purdy, because I have him at 13, the only thing that stopped me from putting him higher is George Kittle does not start the season.
Yeah.
but yes, I agree, and that typically was something that had happened. But he has Mike Evans instead of
Okay,
George
but he's
Kittle.
got Mike Evans and CMC, and that's it in my opinion. Like
Instead of Mike
for sale
Evans,
there, but
instead of Kittle and CMC though, right?
I think that stretches the
So that
field and
doesn't
gives
so that doesn't
defenses a
hurt
harder
the
time.
production, and then he'll have all three at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So,
And
but
the new
that's still
medical
same
update on
ballpark.
Kittle is he'll be there by week 2.
Kittle blocks better than Evans.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kittle
Yeah.
blocks better than Evans, and I mean he catches better than him. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Evans
All right.
was the 50-50 ball drop guy, right?
Yeah.
So,
As Buccaneers
I
fans,
do love him. I'm not going to miss that 50-50 ball drop.
I'm not
on
gonna
him.
miss.
So,
I'm not gonna miss those
Yeah.
drops. But yep. All right, Mario. Who you got at 11?
I have Kyler Murray here, and it's another
Holy moly!
it's another
Hey.
Kevin O'Connell offense, and you're putting a capable person who has legs in there. Typically, those people have always produced at QB 8 to QB 4 rating, and I have Kyler Murray here down at 11. So
What you're saying, and I'm just going to throw this out there. The last few quarterbacks that have gone through the Minnesota system and exited, Sam Darnold, all these others, they've come out better for their wares, right? And done better. So you're telling me that Kyler Murray is going to break his Call of Duty addiction and study football?
Yep.
That
if
makes
you
no sense
listen,
to me.
if you listen to the interviews of him and JJ McCarthy, JJ McCarthy I think is wearing on Kyler, and Kyler's actually like, I'm gonna do this because this dude's pissing me off, and I think
Yeah.
that's just enough for him to do it for 1 year.
See, you
I
know,
think they're gonna unleash him without any training wheels. I think they had the training wheels on him in Arizona, and multiple quarterbacks have come off of that team and said, I learned how to be a professional football player in Minnesota. So, you know, if it's
That's
the time
what they
for
have to-
Murray, it's the time for Murray. That would be fixing the Call of Duty stuff, having that, learning how to be a professional football
Hey,
player. If he learns how to be a professional football player to the kind of level that they've all did, it would be
That's fucking huge.
huge. Yeah.
Because joke on his size, joke on everything else, he has the ability to be QB1 in this league.
Yeah,
He does. We've seen it. We've seen it. He has the ability. And they get players like Marvin Harrison and then the rookie wide receiver next year. They get him, Smith.
Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, they're going to be a team to reckon with. So
yeah.
they're gonna be something scary. So yeah, but Kyler's not there. What am I saying? But Kyler, if he's better, yeah, he'll be something to reckon with. I think if he, like you say, Minnesota is like the whispering team, right? They're coming out training and I don't know, something's in the water there.
Yep. All right. We've got number 12, John.
Tyler Shook. See, this is where I moved him down. Had Baker, and that's where we rotated with Baker. So it was
Yep.
a heart move. Got to do it.
I got Jalen Hurts at 12. Mario?
And Mario.
At 12, I have Jaden Daniels. I think we're going to start seeing him progress from this point every year, doing better and better and better as his team is built around him better and better. But I think right now, so many people are so young or so old on his team that this is just where it ends up because of opportunities.
Okay. I like your next pick at 13.
Go ahead.
Okay, my
Mario.
next one is Bo Nix.
See,
Bo-
I wanted to put him higher on my list, but I have injury concerns with starting the season.
I wanted to
This
put
is
him
just like
higher than this because of Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jalen Waddle's going to open up a
but,
lot for
you know,
him.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
called winning. Yes, it's called winning. Yeah. It's going to open up a lot more.
13, I have Baker Mayfield.
It's a good spot. Could be
I just
higher.
think he's going to be
That's a good
solid.
spot.
He could be higher, and he could be lower depending on injury. So
Hey,
13,
you watch your mouth.
13's a safe pick.
Yeah,
All right,
that's a
John.
good pick. Brock Purdy. Brock
Purdy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brock Purdy. It's, addition to Evans, this is where I thought he'd sit. He's, just on the fringe of a QB1 at 13 in a 12-man league. So,
This is like where those guys live. Like they could definitely be like top 5 guys, but you're just not sure.
they're the fringe players. Yeah. And that's my next few players is all these guys could be right there on the cusp of QB1, but they sit right here in the 12 to 15, 12 to 16 range.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of these players.
Yeah, I look at who else is in his division and everything, and I'm like, yeah, Brock Purdy's fallen a little bit, but he's got Mike Evans, so it kind of put him in the next group for me at number 14.
Okay, yeah.
Nice. This is where I have, and I am the lowest on Drake May.
And speaking of the lowest, Trevor Lawrence. I am the lowest on Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. I think so. We had a spot where we were all the high on everybody, and it was all lined up in the same spot, and then
That's
we did
right.
the lows.
Now we're on the lowest side of things.
Yeah.
That's right. And speaking of lowest, Mario is the lowest on Brock Purdy too, right?
Yes.
All right, Mario on one that he's the highest on. Go ahead, Mario.
Oh, I'm way higher on this one. Malik Willis, I have here in at number 15, and that's more of like, what did Justin Fields do?
Yeah.
What did Justin Fields do in points? It wasn't because he was a great quarterback. He was running for his life, and he was hitting some awesome balls every now and then. And I think that's the kind of season Malik Willis is going to have. He doesn't really have a lot behind him. They're not really playing for anything, so they're just going to let him go out there, do his thing, run his butt off, and hit some really super nice plays, and the rest of it's going to be like, wow, that was kind of awful, but fantasy-wise, he's going to put up some huge games and some terrible games.
All right. This whole row of 15, we're all the highest on these players out of all of us. So mine is Jared Goff, Temu Matthew Stafford. It's just straight up.
Oh,
John had him at 9.
9.
Oh, my bad.
Buddy.
All right.
I was way higher.
You are way higher on Goff. So high that it wasn't even in my screen anymore.
Yeah. Way higher. Oh,
Nice. All right, John, go ahead.
Cam Ward. And I do think they will turn things around, bringing in Robert Saleh, and I think they're going to turn things around and build around this young kid, and he's going to be something special for Tennessee.
Yeah. I think he's going to do so much better this year.
I'm higher on him than I am Jackson Dart,
Same here.
for sure.
Yeah, I am as well. Yes, I get Dart is bottom of my list, but yeah.
Yep. I like Cam Ward. I think he showed out at the end of last year. I'm actually pretty excited about him. I'm just reserved because that team still has a lot of building to do. And Salah's track record at the Jets wasn't very well, but I also like the fact that Dayball is there too. So I like him. I
think it was just the Jets, maybe. So
yeah, it could definitely be that.
Yeah.
All right, Let's see. This is at 16. This is where I have Kyler Murray.
Yeah, that's you're the middle guy here.
Middle guy. And then,
It's a good gap. It's a good gap both ways. You're closer to me than we are to Mario.
yeah.
But yeah, okay. Mario.
This is where I
Lowest
finally have Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, lowest on Baker, man.
Yeah, and this is
Okay,
just
that's all right.
the improvements throughout our division and different things going on there that I just have him scoring around what he has been. And like I said, because of the changes to the NFL and different things of different weapons everyone else got, I just have them scoring more points. So that kind of dropped him to where he is here.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a good spot. Oh my, we're at 40 minutes.
Yeah, we'll finish
fucking
this
fun.
up. Receivers next week. Let's do this. All right. I'm trying to help us move forward a little bit here.
Okay. Number 16. All right, 17. I have Patrick Mahomes, and look at that. We are all consistent. Patrick Mahomes at number 17.
There you go.
What do you think of that? Okay, yeah, I mean, it sounds about right. Gonna have your wide receiver one. You don't know if he's gonna be starting the season. I mean, suspended or
Yeah.
who knows, in jail. Fuck, who knows?
What would be
He's in jail right now with his knee, right? So
that's where would Patrick Mahomes score without his scrambling and without being able to run behind and make that Mahomes magic happen? He'd be a low-end quarterback number 2. That's exactly where I have him here because he's not going to be doing what he did normally with recovering from that ACL this entire season. But he could be healthy by the time the playoffs roll around, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, and they got Kenneth Walker and they got rid of Juwan Taylor for a reason. They want to make sure that he's comfortable in the pocket, and so his line will be better, and he's got a better outlet to dink for the running back. And
He broke my knee. Fire him.
with all that being said, I think he's going to do well because he's Patrick Mahomes. He's going to do some awesome things, but yeah, I put him right here.
That's so funny. All right. One guy that I am the highest on, as a matter of fact, I think I'm the only one that has him on our list for
had
top
him
22.
at number 20 and moved them off. Yes,
Yeah.
you were the only one.
Sam Darnold. I'm starting to drink the tea a little bit. We'll find out this year. I do like the things that he's been saying about his own mental health and his journey and his confidence that could make a huge difference because he's always had the tools. And so I think I'm starting to drink the tea a little bit for Sam Darnold, maybe to my own detriment.
I am too, but no. So here's my own detriment. These next couple names, they were so good that I could not have them on the list.
Right.
Pushed him down off of it, and it's no detriment to him. It's just these next couple names really need to be on it. So I have Jordan Love at 18, and I just got a good team around him. Christian Watson can stay healthy. Then I mean, they're going to be good, right? Bringing in Alvin Kamara.
Yep.
I don't know.
Good place for him. I think he definitely has the potential to be even higher on the list there if he takes a step forward and actually has some viable receivers. If Christian Watson plays like he should have been playing all along, Jordan Love might be higher on this list in general.
If Christian Watson is healthy, that's all it would take to bump him up.
Yep.
Number 19. We are the lowest on these players. So Mario
and I had Cam Ward there at 18. Finally got him in the mix.
Sorry, apologize. You in 19, you are the lowest on
Jared Goff. Yep, I am. I think the Lions are still great. I think he's fixed his whole dome narrative, and I think the Lions' defense will be better. And I think Dan Campbell's going to try to do things smart, less aggressive, but just smart play to wins, and bomb Jameson, Williams. Yeah, we'll see what happens. That could put Goff anywhere on this list, but I went safe with it.
Smart. Daniel, lowest on.
All right. Have you seen his leg? I have the lowest on Bo Nix.
And I'm not going to look because it'll change my opinion. So, as the resident league issue guy, so
I have been scared away. I am worried about this individual on how he's going to be.
Damn it! I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me that.
So,
don't tell me that. Oh man, I like Bo Nix and it's than Waddle.
I don't think he's the quarterback of the future there.
They're saying it is a, because he had like an infection afterwards, and like it's like Alex Smith light, which is still really bad. And I've seen pictures of it, and it's like, that doesn't look like a good leg anymore. How is he supposed to be planting and twisting and doing what he needs to generate power off of that leg? So I saw that, and I'm like, ah! So.
No, that's bad news. That's like, fire in the room. We're good. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah. I'll be okay.
I'm fine.
Just cut it off. Yeah.
Well, shit. Well, that's bad. Okay, well, I'm the lowest on Kyler Murray, and we all know why. It's Call of Duty. It's just laziness. Absolute laziness. And I know the motherfucker can go number one. And it's just, you know you could do better. Shame on you. And, fuck you. You're at 19, so. All right, bring it around the 20s. Wow, Mario, okay. You and me, consensus here on Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford cannot not be a top 20 quarterback, no matter what happens.
No, and that's the thing is, I had Darnold here, and I went, oh, well, Stafford's got to be on this list. When I heard Stafford at 6, I'm like, holy shit, Stafford's not on my list. Wait, you need to be on this list.
Yeah, and disrespect.
It was disrespect, yeah. It wasn't disrespect. It was just, man, I had some names on here that good and deserve to be here, and I don't have a penciled high this year. Yeah,
he's just not that shiny player you don't think about. That's absolutely true. I have Jordan Love here. I am hedging my bets. I think that he's talented, and I'm hoping that he finally gets some help in this year. That should be good for him.
Yeah, that's all good. Okay, 21.
Yeah.
21 rounds us out.
Whoa. Okay. All right, this is where I have Cam Ward.
I like a good see, Cam Ward's on your list. It's good that you got him on your list. He needs to be on someone's list, but you are the lowest on him.
I am the lowest.
Geno Smith, Mario.
Yeah.
What's in the water where you're at right now? I gotta know, dude. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I think
your list are really making me question. You're drinking something other than water.
No. Well, here's the thing: is we always have quarterbacks that aren't performing at top 20 level, but in fantasy,
you would have been better off throwing fucking Fernando Mendoza here at 21.
No, I think this coming year's Jets.
You would have been better off throwing that motherfucker at this spot.
That's not a terrible take. That's not a terrible take.
New York.
I know. He's saying it as a joke, and you and I are like, man, we like it.
Fernando Mendoza might, with that. So what could Kubiak do for Sam Darnold?
I'd rather see, if you're putting names there, I'd rather see Fernando Mendoza at 21 above Geno Smith on his list. That's my point. I got really Geno Smith at 21. I'm just grossed out. That's all.
I think the Jets this year are much better than the Raiders last year for an environment for a quarterback.
I agree, 100%. He was set up to fail last year, and the last 3 years before last year, he actually was a viable fantasy quarterback. I'm surprised to see him on the list because
Yeah.
of what happened for last year, but I don't disagree with your point. I think that's a very
I
good
think
point.
coaching matters for Geno, though.
I think coaching matters for everything that in the NFL.
Absolutely, but they didn't have they were stacked to fail in New York.
Dude, in
Yeah.
Las
So
Vegas.
So
Las
with
Vegas. Well, they wanted the pick.
as
They wanted
awful
the
as it
pick
was in Vegas
Let's see, bring it
last
in.
year.
Pete Carroll, come on, 1-year deal. Pete Carroll, really? Fuck.
So
True.
Geno Smith finished
Just saying,
as the QB 22 last year. So I moved him up one spot, knowing he's going to be in a much better situation.
It's just the Jets and makes John
Much.
vomit.
Yeah, it's using these
much
big
better.
words like much better.
Oh no!
Wow.
Everyone keeps
Oh,
sweeping
God,
under the
much
rug.
better.
No positive adjectives for Jets.
Yes, I'm positive
They-
that Jets.
They keep sweeping under the rug that
We're
Chip
gonna
Kelly
go
never
back
even
and
handed out his
fucking
plays.
go, but
Geno
Yeah.
Smith was flying blind out there, and he still
he
made it
knows
to
good
QB
is
22.
blind, but that's how I see him.
I like
Someone's
this.
gonna
You know,
sucker punch him in his locker room 'cause
I'm
he's cheap.
hearing water bet levels of disagreement here.
Yeah, it's been a while
Yeah.
since we've had one
Let's
of
do
those.
it.
I am.
Ooh, it's been a while since we've done one of those. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can get on board
All right,
with that.
so let's see. Terms
Well,
for the
yeah.
water bet. Geno Smith will be a top 15 quarterback or not.
Ooh,
Ooh,
God,
15,
no,
you said.
God.
Or do
Wow.
you say top 20?
Oh,
Where do we go?
I say
20?
top 20. Top 20. I can do a water bet for top
and
20.
I still say no. And I still say no. 20.
Okay.
God, no.
All right. Now, we need to make a
No.
note of this in the doc because
Yeah, water
Geno
bet was
Smith,
done. Yeah, absolutely.
I will work on that.
Yeah.
And we will
because
see
I
how
need
that
to,
pays
this
out.
Is the way. I need a "this is the way" drop. I totally do. Or when we make water bet, this is the way. Yeah, well, I need one of those. Okay, I'll have to do that later. All right, let's round this out. We'll finish our quarterbacks off. 21. Daniel, you had Cam Ward, Geno Smith, and I have Daniel Jones because I really needed to not throw shade at this man, and he needed to be on the list because I mean he did phenomenal last year until he got hurt. So
Yeah.
injury issues. Please come
Yep.
back week 1 for them. It says he's slated to come back week 1 for them. So as long as things stay on par, I think he'll be fine. And this kid, he's going to be phenomenal this year. Just, Jonathan
His top
Taylor-
targets are
Jonathan
still
Taylor
there.
may find that line. Yeah,
Jonathan Taylor's
everyone-
healthy.
yeah, yeah.
There's no reason for him not to
Yep.
be a top 20. And for us to have him just outside of top 20, I think is more than safe. I have him as my
Nice
last
stack.
QB on the list at 22. And I think
All right.
same thing.
Oh.
Him and Geno Smith, should definitely be up there.
I'm going to do, all right. I'm doing it.
John just saw it.
I'm doing it. And
Yeah.
I'm taking off Jackson Dart to do so.
Yeah.
Because you know what?
I did the same thing.
Yeah, injury concerns. The whole neighbors is gone. He ain't gonna be in the fucking top 20 of nothing. So Fernando
Dart
Mendoza,
won't be.
22. Here it is. Yeah, fuck yeah, Fernando Mendoza. I love it. Good job, Daniel. Yeah, cheers. Fernando Mendoza for sure.
That's right. And Mario's got Daniel Jones here at 22. Daniel Jones did not make that list, but that also doesn't make sense when you look at my receiver ranking. So,
Yeah.
justify that. I don't know.
Just I'm looking at some of my rankings and going, wait, that doesn't line up. That doesn't track. How are we higher and he's lower on that? Wait a minute. I gotta do something better in my fucking ranking. We need people to listen to us, guys. Don't stop listening to us. We're geniuses. We're not idiots. Okay, it sounds like we're fucking idiots. Okay,
Numbers don't
so
lie.
we are at an hour. Well, do you guys want to push wide receivers in next week, and we'll just do a whole wide receiver show? We can even add a couple there. Oh my God, we could add more. Oh,
I think,
no.
yeah, because it's gonna be an hour of talking through 25
It's a shit
wide
show.
receivers,
Absolutely,
at
it's
least,
a shit show. Yeah, fuck
Let's
yeah,
make
it's a
sure
shit
we
show.
take care of that
Okay.
next week.
So right into the show. Yeah, we'll push. We're going to push wide receivers to next week. So right into the show, ffwc23@gmail.com. Check out our website, the Fantasy Footballers War Council .riverside.com, or any of our social medias: Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube. Shit, I can't remember where we all are. We're everywhere. It's on our website. Go check it out. Like, review, rate, subscribe. Hey, we have a newsletter. You got to subscribe to the show on the website to get the newsletter. But we got a newsletter, so check us out. And as always,
Keep conquering.
hey, yeah.
Do your homework.
Do your homework. Yeah,
That's
Due
right.
diligence.
It's homework time.
It is homework time.
Fuck, I'm editing.
In a realm where legends rise and dreams collide, a council gathers with power as their guide. Jonathan the strategist with wisdom's might, Mario and Daniel warriors ready to ignite. Thunder roars, lightning cracks the sky, electric strings sing a battle cry. In this arena of fantasy and lore, the gods